Yeah. All right, last one before we wrap up right here. How do you balance between being a parent and training? I think this is a good one for both ones.
Ah, man, that's hard, bro.
Yeah.
So for me, I sacrifice everything else. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I think you know what I mean. Like for me, it's work, and then train, and then family. And so when people are like, "Hey, let's go to lunch," I'm like, man, if this is something that's going to take me away from my kids, like outside of my, like, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Like I try to do as much as I can because I still want to compete. I still want to give my training all its due attention, but I only have 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
So I have to give whatever time is not dedicated to something else. I want to give to my kids.
In saying that, I think your non-negotiables really increase.
Yeah.
Meaning that, things like that, going out, freaking to lunch with somebody during the weekday, for sure on the weekends, like that. I'm already introvert, so that's why me and you gel like that.
Right. Like
a day freaking on playing some PlayStation or just chilling with the wife at home. I'm like, I'll take that over than going outside and being with the world, with people.
100%.
Being with people.
Jesus Christ.
Like that, yeah. But the thing is, like, yeah, for sure, your non-negotiables start to really increase. You know what I mean? And you start to sacrifice anyway. Like, other than being at work, to be a provider, that can never stop.
Right.
You know what I mean? Especially now that you have,
multiple kids.
Lives, freaking, depending on you, like that. That's not gonna stop. But then all the other shit starts to really cut out. You know what I mean? You can't do all this other stuff no more, like that, and you really start to bear down on what's more important. But then again, I'm like, outside of that, you still need to have your stress reliever,
right?
Like that, which is my non-negotiable within the house, within my family and stuff like that. Is like, I need to get my training in.
Right.
I need some, I need to keep some type of sanity, amongst myself.
Right.
All right. And so this is it, baby.
This is where it is.
Give me, my 2-hour block to go in, train, freaking recover, come home and stuff like that, and freaking, start to really decompress like that. Then I come back to y'all. You know what I mean? That's the, but that's the only place where I'm away from my family for me, because anybody needs that, and then I'll come back.
Ellie lets me get away with a lot of competitions too.
Mm-hmm.
And so that makes it even easier for me to be like, I'm not gonna do some of this extra, like people were like, are you gonna go to Who's Number One? I was like, yeah, I mean, I could, but I'm not gonna take my kids. I can watch it on TV, and I'd much rather go to this tournament. So if I'm going to be away from my family to do something, I want it to be something related to.
Yeah, a lot of that start to take that accountability. Can I do this with my family?
Right.
Nope. Then all right.
I probably won't do it.
All right.
I probably won't
because
do it.
Other than that, then this is freaking planned stuff. Like, hey, I got to do this. I'm gonna be here. All right.
Right.
I'm gonna commit to this, and you're talking about freaking weeks out in advance. You know what I mean?
Bro, and it's so, and of course with Mateo. Like, I make, when I go compete, like, I'm up and down, bro. Like, it's like a job. Like, I keep telling myself I'm going to start trying to fly in the day of the tournament. I just kind of feel like I may be pushing it. Like, I want to get a good night's sleep. Like, I don't want to wake up at 5 o'clock and be trying to catch a flight and then be exhausted by the time it's time to compete it too.
It's just about settling in, I get it. I hate being rushed, or I feel like I'm pressed for time. Yeah, because something's gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Flight
like
get delayed.
Yeah, something's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like that. Freaking. So I hate that feeling. I hate being pressed for time or rushed. Like that. You're gonna freaking leave something behind. You're gonna miss something.
Forget your belt.
And so and then it can quickly compile real quick, and then really take you off your game of where you're supposed to be at mentally for why you're even there anyway. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
So that
what would your number one thing be to parents, or like that want to start jiu-jitsu or any like that? What would your number one thing be to them? Like to make them like, hey, you can do it.
Oh no, you absolutely can do it.
But what
so
would be
if
your
you
number
have
one?
if your kids are super young, like young, like Mateo's not even a year
he's,
yet.
He's gonna be
almost a
he's
year.
10 months. Yeah,
He's almost a year. So when they're that young, they don't really understand the concept of 2 hours away. So you just have to make sure that you find the time and sacrifice some of that other stuff that you do. So one of the things that I tell people when they're always like, oh, well, I want to train. It's like, okay, well, if you want to train, go find a gym that's close to your house. Because then, when we talked about it before, people spend 2 hours of their life, 2.5 hours of their life in their car, traffic, commuting to and from work.
Yeah.
Find a gym that's close to your job or to eliminate some of that commute. Because if you're 2.5 hours in the car, well, what if your commute to work is now only 30 minutes and then you spend an hour at the gym, and then when you leave the gym, you can get home in 20 minutes. You've cut your time away from your family in the car down by 30 minutes, and you've added something to your life. So you have to figure out what that structure is. If your kids are older, and I would highly recommend this, if your kids are older,
make it a family thing. Yeah, make it a family thing. Work out with them. Yeah, for sure.
Even if it's, let's say you don't want to do jiu-jitsu, but you have a place like 365 or, like Pablo's or some of these other places that have a gym and a skills portion also. Let your kid do the skills portion and you go work out. And then you're in that time, you're there. Now, I would say if you have a skills portion, I would say do it and show your kids the example, but work out with them. So you still spend some time together.
I'm a big advocate, especially like a gym that has a kids program. I'm like, as a parent, if we've talked about this, I'm like, hey, no backseat coaching. If you want a backseat coach, guess what? Put the gi on, bow in on the mat.
Here's how you tie it.
And let's do it together. You know what I mean? So now you can, freaking reinforce these things on the mat and then off the mat, because now it's a family thing like that. Or, working out. You know what I mean? There's been plenty of times where I'm training, a parent like that, and then the kid is just around, and then they start picking up stuff.
Right.
Unless they're gonna be hurting themselves, I don't say nothing. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm like, hey, come do this with mommy and daddy. You know what I mean? And then it's a fun thing because now the mom or the dad is being an example for the child like that, and freaking now it's a family thing. You know what I mean? I'm always a big advocate about those things.
One of the things that we forget about as we grew up is we forget about the stuff that we said when we grew up. And one of the things that we said was like,
I don't want to do this.
Well, somebody would tell us to do something, but you don't even do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, but no, now.
Yeah, you can be the example.
I do it too.
Lead by example.
Lead by example is the best way. I've never been a fan of do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
And kids is all about monkey see, monkey do.
Man.
So yeah. You know what I mean?
Bro.
No matter what the fuck you say, they're monkey see, monkey do, and at this they're a sponge, so they're gonna fucking absorb everything that you're doing.
So, I've been helping my dad rehab and learn to walk again on a cane after a stroke. And so I'm at the house and we're going through, and he's taking steps with the cane, and I'm helping him, guiding him, and we're getting there, we're getting better. So at the house they have these. My mom has these. Because he's got left side paralysis, so she's got this thing that's like a pincher to help him extend his reach.
Oh yeah.
So the other day we're at the house.
Claw thing.
Claw thing. So the other day I'm at the house, I'm going through a thing, helping him walk, and Jules is there. She's running around. She's 4. Jules is running around. Jules, she picks up one of the walkers, and she's walking on it like it's a cane, bro. Right? And I'm like, fuck, man, don't make fun of your granddad. But it's because, and you've seen her when she's come to the gym, like she'll start picking up weights and she'll start doing stuff because they see you when they're doing it and they want to do it. They want to emulate you. So let them emulate you and eat a salad.
Yeah.
Work out with them.
Be an example.
Be an example.
Be an example.
One of the hardest things that I think, and me and Ellie are a little bit more athletic, but one of the easiest things to do is just take your kids to the park and let them run around, bro. Yeah. Like you're outside, like walk around the park with them.
Yeah, Crystal does that all the time. They'll
love it.
Mateo loves that shit. Just watch it. Like when I bring Mateo here to watch the kids class and the kids are doing everything, he loves it. Right. Or like Crystal will take him to the library or to the little kids park and stuff. He loves just watching the kids play all the time. Yeah.
Bro, they love it, bro. They love it. And so as a parent, you absolutely can do it. You just have to make the time. You have to make the time to do it. And I say, if your kids are old enough, pick something. Do it with them, and then for you, it's not working out. It's spending time with your kid And for your kid, it's not my dad making me ice skate. It's I'm spending time with my dad, and you're building those core memories that they will remember way down the line, bro. Yeah,
Forever. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're out of time today. We do have a lot more questions of the day, to get to, so come back next time. All right. Again, guys, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. All right. Look us up on Instagram, SweatEquity_HTX. All right. If you have any other questions or comments, guys, go ahead and leave us. We want to get back to every single one of y'all. Like that. Any other closing thoughts,
bro? If you saw if there were any sections or paragraphs, not only from this week, from prior weeks, that you guys really like, that you think will help your friends and followers, take that clip, take that chapter, take that bookmark, share it on whatever your social media platform is, because we're doing this for everybody who wants to listen, everybody who hear it, and if we said something that helps you out, maybe it'll help somebody else out. So let them hear it too, and we're here for everybody. So.
For sure, keep give the gift that keeps on giving, guys. Like, subscribe, put the notifications on. All right, for that. My name is Eric Valdez alongside Jules Johnson, guys. This is Sweat Equity. Until next time, guys.